Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of A Wee Touch of Madness, the weekly podcast hosted by me, Loz, every single week. And now this week, I have a new guest with me. I've got one member of Blame It on the Dog. And as because I have one member, you guys at home know what that means. For the other two guys that didn't turn up, we're going to come up with a challenge for them.
All right.
You're, you're right, Jason. How you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yep, living the dream and loving life.
Great.
So, can you tell us a little bit about yourselves and your band and the sort of music that you do to the people out there who may not be aware of what it is that you deliver?
Yeah, of course. We started off in 2001. Matt, the guitarist and singer, he put an advert up in one of the local rehearsal studios in Norwich saying that he wanted to be in a band. And the Ollie drummer, who I knew, Ollie the drummer, he took a ride out and met with Matt, and they got on quite well. And Matt was kind of writing a lot of sort of old Green Day kind of songs, that kind of era, sort of 2001. And I came along, joined, and it just really went really well. And we started gigging quite a bit and made a first album, which we're not too proud of because we didn't have the money in the time. I'd love to do it again. And sort of a year after, we just fell to pieces. I don't know whether it was because we was young in our 20s, but we just didn't really know what we had and just gave up. And we didn't really speak to each other for maybe 20 odd years, maybe the odd message and the odd meet up in between. But our lives are so different now. And Ollie, the drummer, now lives in Canada, and we're both in the UK. And I'm still in Norwich, although I travelled for 10 years. And Matt's down in East Sussex, down the bottom of the country.
Well, not quite the bottom of the country, but I'll forgive that.
Right, yeah, Dorset lad, I understand. Sure.
Yeah, I'm a Dorset lad. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was around about May time, I think, in 2020, where we had the sort of the first lockdown, sort of big time, and there was something on Facebook. Beth, name your 10 best albums of all time, or something like this.
Right.
So I kind of got tagged into one, and a few other people got tagged in, and a friend of the band from back in sort of 2001 actually mentioned the album that we did, and we kind of like I don't even remember this album existed. We just totally give up the ghost. And that's from that we actually started talking again, and we decided to put that album out, and after 20 years, give it the big one again, and see if we can make up for some lost time. And we've really enjoyed this process. It's been challenging working everything digitally. We've never been in the same room together.
The power of the internet.
That's it, the power of the internet. But even still, it's like nothing's changed after 20 years. We're still the same guys. We're still playing the same kind of music. And yeah, we recorded a new album, and we released it last December. And we're super stoked with it. And we're back doing more.
Back
So
doing more. Good.
back doing more.
I actually listened to a lot of the music that you sent me from your Spotify link, and my two favorite songs that I was listening to was "Stray" and "Close to Home." Those are my two favorites. I really like those songs. I was listening to them as I was cleaning my kitchen, and I was just like, "Oh, hello!" And then my son came in, started headbanging, and he was just like, "Wow, okay, if he likes it, it must be good."
Yeah. Yeah, "Close to Home" was actually a song that used to be quite popular when we used to play live. It was actually written in 2000. So basically the same four chords over and over again, apart from a bass line. So that was us. But "Stray," yeah, we enjoyed doing "Stray." That was quite a quick song for us to record as well. Just came out of nowhere, and we all thought, "That's good. That's really good."
Yeah,
So number 2 in the album. There you go. Song 2,
fair,
"Stray."
fair enough. So obviously you say that obviously one of the guys there over in Canada and you and the other guy kind of stretched out in the UK. So do you have any plans musically for next year or for this year?
Yeah, we're going to continue recording. Matt is moving from East Sussex to Suffolk, which is the neighbouring county to us. He's going to be about a mile away, so that's going to really help up the song writing sort of process, and we
Yeah.
can meet and thrash out some things. But yeah, we are sort of in the midst of making another album following the one we released in December. If you hear the album, the very last song called Overload is quite a more up tempo, kind of thrashier sort of punk sound. So we want to sort of see if we can diverse a little bit away from the more commercial sound without over killing it and making it too heavy, but produce something with a little bit more rawness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are the influences that got you into making music in the first place? Then,
Well, I found sort of like the punk scene a little bit more later in life when I was starting to play guitar when I was a young teenager, sort of 13ish. I was listening to things like Nirvana, even Guns N' Roses and Metallica and things like this, Iron Maiden. And they were the kind of bands that inspired me to sort of play guitar. And I used to sit in my bedroom with my old guitar, and I didn't read music or anything. I just used to play along to the songs. Um, and then I found myself playing sort of from 15 in a couple of cover bands. And it's more to do with like the people you meet. I think as you walk down, they introduce new music to you, new influences. And when I started listening to those old sort of punk bands like The Offspring and even the sort of like more commercial bands like Blink-182 and things like this, Phoenix TX.
please don't start constantly saying Blink 182 because, as everybody knows from a few of my previous episodes, that there's going to be a counter for how many times that band gets mentioned.
Right.
uh, a few of them, a few of the previous guests, they have seen that episode where the first counter started, and some of them are trying to beat that, beat the original the original target on it. So, uh, in fact, if you remember from 2 weeks ago when I had Protect Your Heart on, I think their punishment for beating the counter was we played the whole music video halfway through
Okay.
halfway through the interview.
Cool. But yeah, the other thing is as well is I remember I think Green Day did an album called Insomniac,
Yeah,
and I mean they've kind of diversed quite a bit over the sort of more recent years, and I don't recognise them anymore. But the early stuff was great. So if we was gonna put a label on what our new album would be like, it'd probably be like that, laced with speed. I think.
laced. That's a good analogy. Old style Green Day, but laced with speed.
Yeah, yeah. Hint, you know.
I I actually do like that analogy. That kind of caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
So then you saying at the start that you guys first got back together in 2001.
Yep.
Have you done like, if you could do like a collaboration with like any artist, any group for upcoming projects, who would you like to do a collaboration with
Are we talking from the underground scene or
from wherever?
from wherever? Who would I like
Dealer's
to do?
choice.
Cool. That's a really tough question,
It's
and I'm
me,
not going
isn't it?
to ban
It,
because I don't want to overtip that counter. Um,
That's right. You got a few more before you overtip that counter.
hmm. I really enjoyed Phoenix TX. I think they were pretty cool. They gave you that feel good vibe as well.
Mm.
When it's them. It's the same as that other band that I'm not going to mention. It is very summery. Did it. But yeah, that'd be a good laugh to do it with those. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Or maybe No Effects would be good. I think that'd be a disaster of a drinking session if we got together with No Effects. I don't think I would survive, but they'd be good. There's so many bands, there's tons. I want to do
I'm
a
a
collab
little
with everyone, to be honest.
I'm a little bit disappointed you didn't mention me. I mean, as everybody knows, I do keep saying that I am an amazing singer.
Really?
I am a little bit yeah, I am an amazing singer. I'm so good. Sorry?
You're a man of many talents.
I
So,
am, I am. I'm a man of many talents.
so
I am that good.
could we do this? We could have a, we don't even have to meet. We can just do it all online. Bring it
Yeah,
back here.
exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Exactly.
There you are.
And if everybody wants to know how good of a singer I am, just wait and see. The episode is coming up where that is happening.
All right.
Just have to
Cool.
stay tuned and wait for that episode because it is coming where I will be singing, rapping, doing a little bit of everything. It's coming.
Rapping?
Yeah,
Well, like gift wrapping or proper rapping?
proper rapping.
Proper rapping.
Proper
Okay.
rapping.
Cool.
Yeah, a little rap battle between me and another rap artist.
All right.
Yeah, he challenged me to it, so getting that one sorted out.
You can do this. You can win this. Even if you're not very good at rapping, just carry it off with conviction. Even if it's really bad, just really go for it. It's the only way.
Well, I'm gonna give it my all.
Good.
So can you explain, obviously with everybody being like so far apart, can you explain the creative process that you guys go through when you create your music? You know, when you get the idea and then the concept to when you finally get it out there to the people.
Um, yeah. So it'll usually start right here. So I will put a click track. I have a rough idea of the kind of sound of song I want to, record. So I'll put a click track on, and I'll lay down the guitar and the bass tracks. And then when I'm happy with those, you've got the song structure. I'll stick it on the Google Drive and ping it to the other guys, and they'll take it away. Um, Matt will add his vocals, and Ollie will add his drums. They'll send those files back to me. I'll stitch them all together, clean them all up, mix and master them. You've got your record, and we'll just do that until. I mean, it can be so frustrating sometimes. You can do what you think to be a really good piece of work, and then it can be sent off, and somebody might say, "I wasn't really happy with my vocals," or "I must admit, it just hit a cymbal or something," and you just know that you're going to have to go off, wait. It's going to come back. You have to rebuild everything again, start from scratch. It could be a bit frustrating, but we always get there. We haven't fallen out yet, which is
Yeah.
really good.
Emphasis on yet.
No, I can be frustrating, but I think we're all grown up enough to sort of like our tolerance levels are high. Uh, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah.
Fair enough. So, what is the one thing that you know now that you wish you could have told your younger self at the start of your music career?
Um, settle down.
Settle down.
Settle down. Yeah. Stop chasing everything and just open your eyes. If it was for me, it would have been you had a good thing going. I don't really know what you was looking for, but if you'd have just stopped and just had a look around and thought about things, you could have been in a different position maybe, or you could have had different experiences that you know you might really have enjoyed.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I haven't actually heard that answer, that particular answer yet throughout like the entire 3 seasons that I've been doing this show so far. I've not actually heard that answer. Most of the answers I get is, "Oh, I wish I focused more on marketing. I wish I focused more on selling myself, or like this and that." But to settle down and actually look around at what you've got, yeah, that is a new one. I think that is a new one.
All the building blocks are there. You just got to build them.
Yeah. Now, everybody, if you remember, like I've been saying, near enough almost every single week, the advice that my guests give you every week after I ask that particular question, the advice that they give you every single week. If you're a new artist, if you're an aspiring artist, if you're trying to get a foot somewhere into the music industry, listen to the advice that my guests give you every single week. They've done it, they've been there, and they're doing it. The advice that they give you is free. So take it. And unlike those phony Maloney music academies that you see online, I won't charge you a penny. All I ask is that you watch my show or listen to it on Spotify.
I have tried those, but you see, the thing is that millions of people watch them, so every other million of people are all doing the same thing. So
Yeah,
again, stalemate. You have to do your own thing.
yeah,
That's all I can say.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So where can our listeners or people watching this at home, or if they're just like cleaning their kitchen and they've just got this playing on in the background, where can they connect with you online if they just want to drop in and say hello, or if they want to find out where you're playing next?
We're pretty much got social media covered. We've got a landing page. That's www.blameitonthedog.co.uk. If you click on there, it'll take you to the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks, Twitter, Spotify, Amazon, all your news and
Amazon?
stuff. Yeah, Amazon, Deezer, you name it. You've got all the links there.
Oh, Amazon Music, right? Okay, yeah, I'll follow you now.
Yeah, what music platform you're using, you can just access it. Um, but yeah, give us a look up anywhere, pretty much.
Oh, if you missed that at home, as from a lot of my previous episodes, if you missed that, I will actually have the tag of that website dangling somewhere on the screen. I don't know, up there, down there, there, or somewhere along the bottom. I haven't decided yet. I'll figure that bit out in post production. So if you missed it, it will be there on the screen. Check it out. Go to that link. I would highly suggest that you do that, and I will also have the link down in the description so you can check that out as well. Right. So, what is the message you like to give your fans if they're listening to this, if they're watching this?
Um, we're all in our 40s now, and we all understand responsibilities and mortgages and stuff. But it's never too late. So if you want to do something, just go and do it and enjoy yourself. That's basically the message.
Just go out there and enjoy yourself. I like
Yeah.
that. Right, Jason, we are coming down now to the nitty gritty part of the interview
Okay.
where I'm going to start asking you some tough questions, some questions that might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Right.
Uh, just to let you know, it is my intention. And if you do feel uncomfortable and you want me to stop and change the subject, that's
Right. Okay.
fine. You can just let me know and I will point blank ignore you and carry on.
Sweet. Okay. That's a good bargain.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good.
Awesome. Okay. So are you ready?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah? How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Um,
I kind of caught you off guard a little bit there, didn't I?
chickens will it take to kill an elephant? One.
Okay. Explain.
Uh, because the chicken crossed the road, the elephant got killed by a car.
Oh, fucking hell. Now that is actually a good one. The last time I asked that question, if everybody remembers when I had Big Q on the show way back in season one, the answer that he gave me was so logical that even I got bored. Right. Okay. So you were saying at the start that obviously you've been around for a while, so you've like played a lot of gigs. You've been playing around quite a lot. So where has been your favorite place to perform, and where has been your least favorite place?
Favorite place to perform when we was playing with Blame It on the Dog would be, it was the summertime and we travelled to this town in Suffolk, I think, called Lowestoft.
Okay.
Um, and there was this club, this nightclub on the edge of the pier. And I mean, it was a lovely feeling. It was, those long summer nights. You get there sort of at 8 o'clock, you
Yeah.
set your gear up and you're down by the coast, you're having a few beers. So this is exactly what we was doing. And, we didn't know what time we was going to be going on stage. We found out that we was going to be going on about midnight in the end. So there was kind of like a lot of adrenaline going on. You could see the place filling up. There was a support band on for us called Taxi Driver Nigel, and they were terrible, but that helped us in a lot of ways because, well, it got the crowd riled up, and by the time we went on, we looked pretty good. So
You look good by comparison.
by comparison, uh, but yeah, everybody just lapped it up, and we sort of played till about 2:30 in the morning, and you couldn't even really see the crowd; you could just hear them. The lights are in your face. It's hot, and yeah, I think even Matt and Ollie would say that was probably the best gig ever.
What about your worst one?
The worst gig was a
If you
place.
don't want to name the venue in case you burn a bridge, that's fine. But
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. It's the worst gig was a place called the Ferry Boat in Norwich, and yeah, we was playing away. The gig was fine actually. It was the crowd. Um, they were being fine with us, respectful for us, but they just couldn't hold their liquor. So yeah, we had so many accidents going on. There's people actually falling into the stage, smashing their heads on monitors, and PA systems coming down, and all kinds. So yeah, that was pretty annoying. Yeah,
I can imagine.
yeah.
So, what has been your favorite song to perform then when you're performing live?
Um, off the first album, there was a song called "Release," and I really quite enjoyed playing that one. That usually used to get me going. The song you mentioned earlier on, "Close to Home," I think was a favourite as well, and they were just quite fast, go for it kind of tunes, and they set the tone for, I think, how we wanted to be, loud and fast, and go for it.
And go for it. So, what are your thoughts on the music industry as it stands today?
Oh, needs a bit of a shake up, just a little one.
Just a little shake up.
Yeah, like maybe a 10 magnitude earthquake. Yeah. So basically, yeah, I'm not too keen on it.
Well, I always ask for honest answers at the start. At the start, so I think that counts as a very honest answer.
Yeah, yeah. Man, the music industry. It's terrible, isn't it? When you look around and on the underground scene, and you're communicating with so many people and listening to what they're producing, it's a tragic waste. It really is, and I can't. I really don't know. It just needs a shake up.
Just needs a shake up.
Start again. Yeah.
So, if there was something you could change about the industry and you had the power to do it, what would it be that you would change?
Um, I think it would have to be. First of all, I think I would amplify the amount of music that record companies sign greatly. I'd have more time, almost like a sporting scout looking for the next football player. I'd have
Right.
tons out there. I'd have them swarming everywhere. Um, Word of mouth. I mean, who did you listen to in the underground scene recently? Where's everybody going to? Um, who's released what? Why not check it out? Costs you nothing, just a few seconds of your time to listen to a few seconds of a song.
Yeah.
Um, if they're all about making money, there's tons of it out there. But give them a chance.
Just give them a chance.
Give them a chance.
Give them a chance.
Yeah, lose the old style sort of marketing. It's still all out there. You've got
So,
everything you need.
support your local anything. Support your
Yeah,
local bands, support your local pubs, support your local shops, support your local anything.
yeah.
You
Support
could wake
everything.
up one day and it'll be gone, and the big corporations will move in, and we don't want that.
Exactly.
Now, I want to play a little sample of your song "Stray" for the people out there, so that way they can kind of get a feel of what you guys are about. If that's okay.
Sure.
How long shall we play it for?
Start to finish if you want.
Start to finish? Do the full song?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah, okay, we'll do the full song. So
Do a little
this Have a little sing song. All right, okay, everybody. Well, we'll take a little stop here before we get to some more questions. So I'm going to play "Stray" by Blame It on the Dog. And if you like the song, let me know down in the comments, and I can let Jason know. Or even if you don't like the song, let me know, and I'll let Jason know. That sounds fair.
It's fine.
Yeah, and if you do like it and all that, you'll be able to find the song and a couple of other songs that I have chosen on the official We Touch of Madness Spotify playlist, which, as you know, gets updated every single week, with all of the guests with some choice picks of their music every single week. It gets updated, so you always have something new to listen to in that playlist, and even the songs from the previous guests, they're still there. So this is Stray by Blame It on the Dog. Hope you enjoy.
Don't be insulted by lack of fear. Swallow their cheap jibes, digest them dear. And we never kiss goodnight. It's a massive waste of time when there is so much online. Incognito, oh no, did I give myself away? I'm just another stain, slipping through a shadow bed of lies. All my dreams are DOA, and I blame my DNA. Life has more meaning as a stray. Oh. I'm solo wasted just for a change. Shoes to the eyeballs, is this my train? I'm setting the world on fire, destroying big budget lies. I am the truth in satire. Incognito, oh no, did I give myself away? I'm just another stain, slipping through a shallow bed of lies. All my dreams are DOA, and I blame my DNA. Life has more meaning as a stray. Oh. Did I give myself away? I'm just another stain, slipping through a shadow bed of lies. All my dreams are DOA, and I blame my DNA. Life has more meaning as a stray. Oh. Fuck it.
That was Stray. So let us know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed it, or if you didn't, just let us know. Any feedback is feedback at the end of the day. So, Jason, what is the most trouble that you've been in?
Most trouble I've been in.
Nothing super illegal. I don't want the cops to come knocking on your door because you indicted yourself in something. So try and keep it family friendly. Try.
The most trouble I've ever been in. I think when I was I didn't really sort of get done or anything like this, but yeah, I remember being sort of 18, 19, going out with a friend called Ben, and we went sort of nightclubbing, and we met his sister. And as we was leaving the nightclub later on in the night, there was a fella on the stairs, and he kept trying to sort of touch her and stuff like this, and we sort of warned him, to sort of leave it. And he followed us for about half an hour, and he spent a lot of time kicking cars and stuff down the road. And we got to this takeaway where I'd ordered some food, and I was trying to get in the takeaway, and he stood in front of me. So at this point, I think I'd had about enough. But he clocked me first, and I was really taken aback by it. So I just kind of went for it, and I was still there when the old Bill were pulling me off, and
wow,
that was pretty awkward. As they're sort of putting me in the car, and luckily, he didn't sort of press any charges or anything like this, and some people had seen that he had sort of like taken the first blow, onto me, but. I tell you what, I felt really guilty. It was a small town we went into, and I lived in that town as well. And
wow,
I just kind of felt everyone was watching as well. It was really quite humiliating. I was working in nursing at the time, so I was really worried about it. I didn't want my bosses to find out and things like this. I certainly didn't want my mum to find out. She would kick my ass. Bad times.
bad time. Yeah, that sounds a little bit mental.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So you're saying that you're planning on you're working on a new album?
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about that, or is that a surprise?
I can't really tell you too much about it right now. All I will tell you is that if you listen to the first album, you can expect it to be a lot faster, and probably a little bit more technical in terms of song structure. So we're going to be adding some faster, more sort of melodic guitar riffs, and adding a lot more drums. Matt has really sort of honed his lyrics down to a T, and the way that he likes to sing. We've all invested in really nice new gear as well, which increase the process. We're always learning. Every day's a school day. We don't know all the answers, but as we're going, we're figuring things out, and that can be really good, and let's get one of those, and everything helps. So I feel it in my bones already that this is going to be much better than the last one, in terms of sort of technicality. We've gained a little bit more experience. We've got the better gear. We know what we're doing now. We're running down the road. So yeah, this new album, that's what I'll tell you about it.
Well, from the way you were describing it, I'm kind of already a little bit excited to find out more and listen to it when it gets released. Is there a particular release date that you've got in mind for it?
The last one came out in December. I would ideally like to have this done by November this year.
November.
So we're looking at perhaps maybe middle of November. It takes us sort of like 2 weeks to get everything prepped on all the platforms. So yeah, I'll come back to you with an official date, obviously nearer the time, but be middle of November we're looking. I definitely want it even sooner. I want it done yesterday, to be honest with you. I just want to do that. That's what I'm like. I get a bit possessed. My missus, I must stress her out sometimes. Like, if I could be playing music all the time, and it's always on my mind. I'm always thinking of new things, and I become a little bit obsessive.
And just a little bit, just a little bit obsessive.
Yeah, sometimes I can't even sleep. Everything's just. So yeah, I love it. Great.
So I want to go back to when you mentioned about when I asked about the worst place that you've performed at, and you were saying about the unruly audience falling all over each other and couldn't handle their drink and all that. How do you, as a musician, handle an unruly audience, like if they're acting like arseholes, or they're just like plain disinterested?
Well, I'm on stage and everybody wants a good night. So if you kind of like really want to go for it, you'll single that person out and tell everyone else to jump on him.
Proper old school way to do it. Start
Yeah.
a mosh pit just to spite one guy.
Yeah. No, to be honest with you, even back then, we didn't even lose our head. We just carried on. I mean, what do you expect? It's punk rock in some pub on a Saturday night. It's their get out clause. It's what they want.
Yeah,
As long as nobody sort of like is majorly injured or nothing severely broken, you're okay. Besides, that's what your security staff are for and stuff. They know what they're doing.
yeah.
You know.
So, what inspires you, like you personally? What inspires you to make the music that you do?
Um, I I've listened to I still do. I listen to a lot of different genres of music. It's not just um, sort of the punk side, but I've listened to a lot of heavy metal and a lot of classic rock and things like this. You know, you like something, especially when it gives you a feeling, an emotion. It might give you a little kick of adrenaline or something. It has to touch a core with you. And sometimes my musical style and what I fancy at the time I could be stuck there for a week, and then the next week I might like something else.
Yeah,
But it's about finding something that sort of makes you tick in your own way. And when you sort of like are making music with your three guys, you know, with your band as three guys, but you have a big input in yourself. Um, you get to portray it is what it is, that feeling.
yeah.
It's yours, and that is quite inspiring. It's addictive, actually.
It's addictive. So, if you weren't a musician, what exactly would you be doing now?
um, well, I don't make music full time. I manage a security team at the airport, so that usually kills me. I start at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I finish at sort of 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Um, that isn't ideally what I'd like to do. I hope my bosses aren't watching this. But
I can edit that little bit out. It's fine.
yeah. But no, I would. I think I'd love actually to. I've always wanted a recording studio. I think if I could just have everyone down, if I could record you all, I'll give it my all and see if I can give something really good to you guys.
Yeah,
That's what. Yeah, and I'd be proud of everything, even if I didn't write the music. I'd be super proud. Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
So, yeah, before I started recording this, you said that you've done a couple of interviews before. So, what was the weirdest or funniest question that you were asked on those previous interviews?
Um, when we was talking to that radio station in Southampton, a program called Punk on the Rocks,
Hmm.
we had to do something that was called the doggy game. Obviously,
Okay.
play on our name, blame it on the dog. And it was basically just like a quiz about different cartoon dogs, and we had to play against each other and stuff like this. And yeah, I did terrible on that. I knew the answers, but everyone was so quick. They were just like pum pum pum, and I came last, and I just felt like a right muppet. Yeah,
Well, I hope to top that with my last question of the evening. I hope to
okay,
top that. So we shall see when we get there. We shall see.
sure.
So, if your fans can remember one thing about you, what would it be?
If my fans could, sorry,
If your fans could remember one thing about you, what would it be?
about me,
Mhm. Or the
uh,
band, or all of you guys in general.
all of us guys in general, I think we used to have a hell of a lot of people down into our rehearsal rooms. We used to rehearse sort of every single week on a Tuesday night. We used to go to this place called Plug Studio in Norwich, and they were like these small, smelly little rooms, but they were fit for purpose, and a lot of people used to come down and watch us rehearse. It was like a free gig for them. So I think those people have become our core fans right now and still with us to this day.
Yeah.
And also, I think people would remember us from a competition. It was just a small local competition. It was in this this hotel in this town called Dis, and it was a kind of like it's before X Factor, I think, but it's something similar to that. It was called Star Maker, and we got to the final, and we came second. Believe it or not, this is the funny thing: we lost to a ventriloquist. Right? Who was like this little sort of 13-year-old girl with this puppet. So we took a massive amount of support down there and lost to this ventriloquist. And I mean, we couldn't even believe it. We was gobsmacked. It was like, what? But yeah, the fans, they got some toilet tissue and blocked up the toilets and had a little bit of a chant and that sort of thing. Never mind. But yeah, I think people would remember that night.
You think people would remember that night in particular?
That night in particular, the night we lost a ventriloquist.
You lost. that actually, that sounds. Yeah, I like that. That was really funny. Losing to the ventriloquist. Oh, brilliant. So, if you can compare your latest release to your last one on a scale of 1 to 10 with how good it is, what would it be?
Well, if I'm brutally honest, the first album, the Back to Drool album, that was our old album, and lyrically a little bit immature. We thought it was good at the time. Technically, we could have done better. Financially, we could have done better. So it could have been really good, but it wasn't. So the new album, I think there's room for improvement, but I'd give the old album maybe a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10?
Yeah, and the new release, I think I'd give it a 7.5. With room to grow.
Very generous score. Very generous score. Now, everybody, if you've noticed, I'm changing up my questions slightly so that way they're not all exactly the same. Obviously, as a lot of my previous guests know, and other people coming on the show, I do have a standard question list that I do go through, but I'm changing them up so it's not stagnant. So let me know what you think of the new questions I'm asking, or if there's anything in particular you think I should be asking that I'm not aware of. Let me know, and I will incorporate on my next interview. So, Jason, before I let you go, I've got 2 more questions for you, but I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try something new and see if there is anything that you want to ask me.
Okay. First question. How long do you intend to grow your beard? And if you could grow it, how long would you go for?
Right. Okay. Well, that is a tough one. How long I could grow my beard for? But when I met my missus, I had a beard, and when I shaved it off during lockdown because I was bored, she was shocked and horrified and said that if I ever shaved my beard off again, she would leave me. So I decided to maybe shave it off one more time as a joke.
Yeah.
After that, I've just left it growing. I'm actually trying to go for a sort of similar style to what you've got. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably just keep on growing it until I can't see my face no more, to be honest.
Great. That's the correct answer. And my next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to do?
What I want to be doing in 5 years' time is this full time.
Yeah, also a good answer.
I love doing I love doing this show. I love talking to guests like you every single week. I mean, I don't love the editing process so much because it takes so long. But talking with different artists, different musicians, different bands every single week, getting their view on the music world and get and listening to them talk about their music and hearing the passion in their voice when they talk about their music, their upcoming releases, their previous releases, or whatever. That makes me happy because I can hear and I can see that passion that they bring when I interview them, and that's why I do this. And it's to give a platform, a free platform for all of them to come together and promote their stuff through this show, and hopefully come back on the show later on in the future because they enjoy talking to me so much because I'm such a stand-up guy.
One more question. I've got one more question.
Okay. 3 questions. Okay, bit unorthodox, but okay.
As a singing guy, you know, with your rap talents and everything like this, our collaboration, how's this going to go? What's it going to sound like in your head?
Oh, it's going to sound terrible because no word of a lie, I actually can't sing.
All right. If this is Utopia, what does Utopia sound like?
Utopia sounds like my voice normally, which is like butter melting on toast, smooth as fuck.
Cool. Smooth tune. Okay. And we're going to be releasing this in June, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna have to actually start working now. Fuck.
You've got a microphone.
I've got my condenser microphone. £10
can
from Amazon.
We've got it. We've got everything we need.
£10? No, it was £30 from Amazon, not £10. Sorry, I got that wrong.
Works fine.
Yeah, my condenser microphone. I'll probably have to travel down to London to actually get into the recording studio and actually record my part. But okay, if you're being serious about this, then so am I. I'll put a verse down. It will sound terrible, but I will put a verse down.
Hey, we could do it for your program here. You could have your own little jingle.
I can have my own little jingle.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Or when you release your next CD, you can have it as a bonus track.
Gotcha. Many possibilities. See, we're working.
Yeah, many possibilities there. Oh wow. Okay. Well, that kind of. I think I might actually stick to that question. Like ask the host a question. I ask the question so much on each show that it's kind of nice to see and hear what my guests have to ask me. So I quite like that. I think I might keep that one. You
Cool.
let me know down in the comments what you thought of that one. If I should keep it or if I should not bother saying that question ever again. So Jason, I've got 2 questions left for you, and then we can let you go on your merry, merry, merry way. Question 1.
Yep.
Do you sing in the shower? And if you do, what do you sing?
No, I don't sing in the shower. I sing a lot in the car.
Sing a lot in the car?
Yeah, I sing a lot in the car. In the car, you can really just belt it out. I'm not the greatest of singers, and I find singing really quite personal. So to be in my house in the shower with my neighbours hearing, my missus, the kids, and everything like this, I think that would be really bad for me. So yeah, I sing in the car, and if I had to sing anything, I could sing. I could try anything, to be honest with you. It could just be listening to the radio. You could be listening to some greatest hits or something, and something turns up from the 80s or something. You'd be like, yeah, I haven't heard that for years. That's cool, you know? Sing as you're driving along. It could be anything.
Sometimes I sing in the shower. Sometimes I don't. I do most of my singing when I'm cleaning my kitchen and I'm playing my music, and I'm playing the playlist that I created for this show, and I'm singing along to some of the songs on there. That's usually when I do my singing, when I'm cleaning.
Yeah, cool.
Although my wife will probably have a different answer to that, saying that I don't do any cleaning.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So have you enjoyed coming on the show today?
I've loved it. It's been great.
Yeah. Would you like to come back on in the future?
Yeah, we'll have another one.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to for the other 2 guys.
we can film like how our new song jingle thing is going.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we could have another little show of our own, could we?
Yeah, we could do. We could do that.
Blame it on Lawrence, we could call it.
Blame it on Lawrence.
Yeah.
Blame it on the madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'll be down for that.
Cool.
So, and as I mentioned at the start of the show, everybody, because the other two band members didn't turn up, that means me and Jason, we get to punish them by coming up with a challenge that we have to do musically. So the next time Blame It on the Dog come on the show in the near future, which they will do, they have no choice now. It's going to happen. The challenge that Jason has picked, I will have to do with the other two members that didn't turn up. So, Jason, I'm taking it you've used this opportunity through the interview to think of a challenge.
To be honest with you, I hadn't. Now, this is really, really, really Dr. Evil sort of like, Now, what should we make them do?
And just so everybody is aware, I will recap some of the challenges that I have been given already. So, my first challenge is that I had to do was I had to lay down a verse, either singing or rapping, with an artist that I interviewed who was a hip hop artist, which I'd done with Natty Snaps. That was one challenge. I'd done that. The second challenge was to do a rap battle with Natty Snaps, and that episode will be coming soon. That's currently in production. Another challenge was I have to eat a California ghost chili pepper with the bassist of Storm the Empire, because the bassist never turned up to the interview, while singing Aqua Barbie Girl. Another challenge was I had to learn how to play Happy Birthday on a guitar for someone in my household's next birthday. Yeah. There's been one or two more. I can't. Yeah, but that's the general gist.
Yeah,
there was another challenge. Sorry, there was another one. I have to take a load of chilies, and we have to sing another song. I've got to do that one with Protect Your Heart when they come back on the show. That we're all going to do, even though they all turned up to the interview, they all want to do this challenge to initiate me as an honorary member of the band.
I've got it. Got it. We're going to do.
Okay.
We should get the other two lads to do the interview, okay? In an absolutely, it's got to be crazy. It's got to be totally crazy. The more off the scale, the better it is. Costume. I don't know whether you're going to come in some kind of like really bad fancy dress. You're going to dress up as a woman and drag or something like this. I don't know. Let's see if we can get the most hideous, and see if they can ride it out. That'd be brilliant.
Okay. What happens if they can't ride it out?
Then there'll be another further punishment.
Right, okay, everybody, you heard it there. That is the challenge. The next time I get Blame It on the Dog on the show, the challenge is to make the other two members who didn't turn up feel as uncomfortable as humanly possible by me dressing up in some outfit or whatever to make them feel uncomfortable. Why do I get myself into these? Right, okay, no, I think that'll be well. I'll do that.
Excellent.
I'll do that. Any excuse to dress up. Any excuse to dress up.
Crowd puller. Everyone's gonna love this.
Yeah. Great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Right, everybody. Well, that was Jason from Blame It on the Dog. If you like this episode, please let me know down in the comments. And for the next time I get these guys on the show and you at home have a question you would like to ask them, let me know. Put it down in the comments, or if you got it on Spotify, just leave it in the comments, And remember, it is exactly the same rules for every single guest, every single week. The most ridiculous, the most messed up, the most fucked up question you can think of, I want to know, and I will ask it on the next time I get them on, when I'm dressed up in some ridiculous outfit. I can't believe I'm doing that.
I might even join you.
Oh, you might. Yeah, okay. Well, if you join me and do it, then yeah, okay. Yeah.
We'll all do it.
We'll have to coordinate our outfits.
Okay. All right.
To make sure we don't clash.
We can do this.
In the meantime, if you want to check out their music, I will have some of the links down in the description below, or you can check out the official playlist by AWeeTouchOfMadness, which will also be down in the description, where some of these guys' music will be up there. And check them out. Check them out. Listen to their music, and I promise you will enjoy it. Or not. You're your own person. You make up your own mind. And for those of you who have been following my social media, you know recently that the band Surviving December gifted me this hat, which I promised I would wear on the next few interviews as soon as I received it. So I'm fulfilling my promise. So here's the snapback that the band got me. Thank you very much, guys. I love it. By the way, I don't know if I've mentioned that. Probably did a fair few times. In the meantime, I hope everybody stays safe out there, and I hope everybody enjoyed the show this week. And make sure you stay tuned next week when I will have a brand new guest every single week, where I will just go into the gutter and pick someone from random and go, yeah, you'll do. Come on. If there is any, and if you want to come onto the show, then just let me know. Either email me at submissions@madnessrecords.co.uk with the tagline podcast submissions, and I'll listen to your stuff and we'll get you booked in. Or you can reach me on my social media on Facebook or Instagram at AWeeTouchOfMadness, the video podcast. I'm also on Twitter as well. I'll have the handles of that down in the description, and they've been dangling on the screen throughout the episode at certain points in the episode. So you can follow me on social media and get any latest updates that you may have missed. So I will catch you all next week.